Well, welcome back to Dragon of Icespire Peak. As a quick recap of our last session, you all had made it to Falcon's hunting lodge, had a bit of banter with Falcon himself, uh, learned a couple things about some locals, discerned your path forward for the following day, experienced some emotions. Uh, One of you may or may not have something to say to the rest. Uh, and the new day is upon us with the chorus of, woodland animals and the local hoop and cow mewling. Where are we at? So, what would you all like to do?
Well, we had a riveting chat with our resident, I don't know, xenophobe, I guess. Now, now I guess the day will just kind of be going onward into the woods, unless anyone else has anything else they want to touch upon first.
No,
No, Skunk Man?
I am good to go.
No talks, no, no. We're
No
good?
new
Okay,
words?
okay.
No new words?
Not yet. No, you'll get plenty of new words. Don't worry. I was waiting to see if that was what she was going to start it off with when I was like, "And you all wake up." I'm not gonna lie.
So Thorn does have some stuff.
No.
Thorn is a very early bird. Thorn is very much like awake as soon as the sun is awake, like the sky is awake, so we have to play kind of thing. So Thorn is awake very early, but she doesn't leave the top bunk. She just kind of hangs out, and I think that just for ease of viewing, she stares from the top bunk until Reginald wakes up. And it's just like watching him like slowly come to like awakeness. And as the group like wakes up and starts doing their morning routines and stuff, she'll finally come down. But Thorn looks a little bit different this morning. Thorn has gone from that almost like chubby puppy stage, like when puppies are like kind of young and they're like fluffy and a little bit chubby, to a little bit lankier. Like she seems like she's almost not quite grown, but just gotten a little bit lankier. This is the only way I can describe it.
She's about 2 inches taller.
Okay.
Still pretty big overnight.
Yes. Her scales now have a little bit more of a copper hue to them instead of the beige that they were before. And where her teeth, her fangs mostly, were visible when she yawned and spoke, they are now in a constant state of teethies. There are always teeth. And her face just seems like almost imperceptibly just a little bit longer. She just, gets down and does little, stretchies and gets all of her shit together and seems none the worse for wear. No, absolutely not.
From what very little I understand of dragons, Is it pretty apparent that she seems more draconic in nature at this point? In terms of like just what her appearance is, because her scales changing color is a little weird, but
Roll me a perception check.
oh, okay. The fun one.
You know what? I'll make it an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
Yep.
Use your mind power.
Yep.
Mhm.
You're deducing and don't have any real insight. Okay. You're familiar with kobold. You're familiar with lizard folk at this point, and you're familiar with dragons. And you know that he has the form of a kobold, blurred to look like that of a very young lizard folk.
Did you have a growth spurt in the middle of the night somehow? It's
Don't-
still the morning, and I am barely awake.
Thorn had weird dreams last night.
Define weird.
Do I recall my dream in any detail?
Vividly.
Ooh.
It is not one of those dreams that you think is a dream. It is something that you actively experienced. So,
I take out my my empty alms box, and I put it on like the nearby table or dresser, and I point to it. Samanua came to me last night. Came to Thorn.
Did she say anything to you?
No, but I heard Yubaba. It's kind of weird, but it wasn't like Yubaba was talking to Thorn. It was Yubaba remembering, or it was Thorn remembering Yubaba.
Okay. I just look at Reginald and I just ask, you see it too, right?
See what?
Well, I mean, I suppose maybe a little extra here, a little more pronounced there. I suppose I see it as well. Yes.
Thorn, your scales have changed color. You've grown. Your teeth are bigger. And you just look more draconic than ever mashed with the lizard folk.
Thorn, like, kind of spins in place, like, looking at herself. Oh, Thorn is shiny now. Oh,
Yeah,
Thorn
that
looks more like Dad.
looks more like Dad. Is Dad also shiny?
A little bit.
Dad's part copper, so.
Okay.
Or bronze, too. Definitely not gold.
Thorn, here's a question. Did you always have an affinity for magic when you were growing up?
A facet of Thorn I haven't thought about. DM. Well, yeah, I guess Thorn would have. Thorn would have had an innate instinct for magic. Yeah, Thorn's always been able to do the thing.
Well, you probably have some draconic blood in you somewhere.
No. Thorn is a lizard folk.
Although it's weird that it's taking form like this.
No, Thorn is a lizard folk.
Technical
Normally-
difficulties, one moment.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
I don't. Is it coming through? Okay, that was weird. I must have like hit a keybind on my thing for like muting Discord. Yeah, Thorn's always been able to do the thing.
Oh, I'm gonna go out on a limb, but you probably have draconic blood in you somewhere from someone.
No, Thorn is a lizard folk.
Your body currently says very vastly otherwise. I hate to tell you this.
I mean,
Just-
you're not 100% sure about that. She could be lizard folk. She looks a lot more lizard folk than she did before. Having been
mean-
face to face with a gremlin that's about her size, but that was probably 20 times denser, she got the looks for it, just not the weight.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, suffice to say, I still think it's a possibility.
Nope, no dragons. Only lizard folk.
Okay.
She'll look to Reginald. You should write this down. She does like a superhero pose.
I should have you roll a dexterity check to see if you get dizzy from your new height.
Thorn's in that weird, like, clumsy baby horse stage where she just, like, trips over everything because everything's 2 inches different.
Reginald, from your spot on the other side of the room, you see there's a mess on top of the bed of maybe dead skin, like snake skin type
Going
stuff.
to ask.
Some old scales that kind of tumble to the floor after she jumps down.
Is there a mirror in here?
No.
No. Not anything shiny I can see a reflection in.
There's plenty of very polished not fashion weapon, display weapons. There's a polished shield up on the door that you could probably see yourself in, albeit in a fisheye view.
Thorn will catch her reflection and she'll like scurry over and just start doing like the thing where she's like examining her face and like opening her mouth and like all you hear is like the little click of teeth.
Your tongue has a little bit more of a fork in it.
It's funny because one of the questions that raced through my head that I decided to better of than to ask her first thing was I was gonna look at her and be like, "Did you molt?"
Yes, she did. And a god helped her peel it off.
No longer part lizard folk, I think. More like part crustacean. Lizard folk look is just her exoskeleton.
The lizard folk is actually the trick, not the kobold.
Well, if there are no further surprises for the morning, and no dialogue you all would wish to share, then we shall move on.
I already hit puberty for Lionel. He already hit that phase.
Thorn is an adult, guys. Fuck. She's 7, maybe 12.
Well, I mean, after that, maybe 8, now 14, you know? It's tough to gauge.
All right. So, you guys are currently at the Falcons Hunting Lodge on the eastern side of that river. After a quick breakfast with Corwin and Pell gets Vincent hitched to the wagon again, and you all start on your way, following the river straight west. And after 5, 10, 12 miles, not a super long journey, about midday, noonish, you guys arrive at the loggers camp.
Is it active when we get there?
Is what active?
the camp? Like, are there people there, or is this like a ghost town situation?
Well, give me 1 second. So, you follow the river heading west and wind up on the eastern side of a very quiet camp. The logging camp spreads along the south shore of the river, where a dozen tents are arranged on a sandy beach. Near a dock stands a cabin with logs stacked under an awning. Older cabins close by haven't been torn down to leave only stone chimneys and foundations. A grim silence hangs over the camp, and you see no one around. You have officially arrived at what we will be calling the Loggers Camp. Uh, Everybody, please do a token check for me. Make sure you can move your characters. Good deal. Good deal. And good deal. Awesome. For the sake of clarity, we're going to say that you are leaving the supply wagon right here on the eastern edge of the map. How would you all like to proceed, though? There is no one in view.
I think Thorn has learned her lesson about shouting out into camps, especially quiet ones. So she will not do that.
If you are going to move, please let me know. And let me know in what direction you are moving and how far.
Reginald.
Yes.
You want to take a quick look around the first set of tents that we see and
Well, I
check
would
to see if
imagine
there's
that is
anything
a good
historical.
idea. Yes, yes. I mean, it's a bit peculiar to come upon a camp that theoretically should be very busy, but there's no one to be seen.
I agree. Hey, Thorn,
Hmm.
are you good at finding tracks? Or are you more good at sniffing out people?
I mean, she has a +2 to perception and a +2 to survival, so. Can I, like, prick my ears more, like, towards the camp and, like, glance over and see if I can just kind of, like, quickly scan and see if there's any, like, movement or sounds or anything coming from that direction?
Uh, Go ahead and give me a perception or survival check. I'll leave the roll up to you.
Yeah, great.
A leaf
Very
blows by,
perceptive.
and that is got 100% of your attention.
Is it close?
Oh man.
The leaf? I guess it's within grasping distance.
I pounce on it.
Yeah, roll me an attack. Yep.
Excellent.
The leaf blows by.
Fuck, fuck.
Wily thing.
Does a little flip and is gone.
Just getting the nat ones out for the night, guys. It's okay. Dawn didn't hear anybody.
So, just for exposition's sake,
Mhm.
you all seem to be interested in this area right here. It's exactly as it seems. There are 6 tents surrounding a campfire. You do not hear anything from the tents, though the contents of them, from your current position, seem relatively undisturbed.
Well, I suppose we should check over here first, as it is the closest little area to us.
Sounds good.
All right. It sounds like you all are about ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
Please ping to me the location that you all would like to move to.
Why don't you go first, Junie?
All right. Reginald, since it sounds like you are taking the lead, I'm going to start with you.
Kidogi.
You get here.
Nice.
Oh.
Dun,
There
dun,
is
dun.
a shaking in the ground
God.
about 20 feet in front of you. And out pops a very bug-looking creature made of sticks and chitin and, well, to you, Reginald, you recognize it as an, excuse me while I butcher this name, Ankeg.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it lunges out, and immediately, where is I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Nice. Fuck this
Uh,
shit, I'm out.
Lionel, you too need
Uh-oh.
to make me that.
Okay. Well, I'm not as good as him at those.
You don't know until you roll.
And before nap
I already
20.
rolled my 17 for the night, so. Oh, okay.
Look, that was really close.
So, this thing pops out, and a line of acid spews forth from it. Let's see. Headset's going crazy. You both take 4 points of acid damage. As you both kind of sense the danger innately, having traveled together for a long enough period. Reginald, maybe you kind of look back and call out as the spew comes forth. The distance pretty great between you and the creature. Both of you manage to avoid the main spray, but just being so close to that kind of acid gets a little bit on you and hurts.
I don't like being tenderized.
But, oh, I fucking clear. No, damn it. I would like all of you to roll the initiative.
The highs and lows, Reginald. The highs and lows.
Exactly.
You get a new taste today, Thorn.
Nom nom bug. Tastes like the Beatles back home.
We haven't even been able to sample it yet.
This one might be gritty.
This one just tastes like crab.
So there's a skittering sound, and Thorn, you have just witnessed two of your friends be attacked.
I am going to use all 30 feet of my movement to get right up in this thing's face. I'm going to use Booming Blade and attack this thing with my rapier. And hopefully not fall flat on my face in front of it, because that would be unfortunate. Yeah! If it hits, it probably has a better armor class than 14.
Is that with your booming blade already?
No,
All damage? Okay.
no, that's just my piercing damage plus plus 4 for my dex bonus.
I understand. So you manage to connect with this thing pretty viciously. Charging forth, your thorn sprouts and finds a niche underneath this thing's Titan helmet and sort of peels it back and slides into bug flesh. And it hisses at you as it recoils from the blow.
I hiss back.
Would you like to do anything else?
No.
Lion.
Mhm. I think what I am going to do is I will cast my cantrip Frostbite at it. So please have it roll me a Constitution saving throw. DC is going to be 13. It succeeds, so when I go to cast the spell, no steam comes off Lionel's arms, and he's like, "Oh shit!" As it makes the save, and then I'm going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and be right here up with Thorn. And as my bonus action, I will go ahead and where is it? I will activate my Guardian armor, and I will activate Defensive Field, which gives me 30 temporary hit points.
Artificers are weird, yo.
Oh, I haven't even
Yeah.
started to be weird yet.
I don't know,
I still have
Cole.
my-
All this talk about a mayonnaise jug has been really weird so far.
I haven't even used the jug yet. It can have multiple things in it.
Leave it alone.
It can make wine or mead.
I just like John's reaction.
I don't want your wine. I don't want your mayonnaise wine. I'm sorry.
Fine, how about seawater?
No, I'll pass.
Acid? It can make acid.
I mean, we've already got plenty of that right now from this bug. Thanks very much.
Does that complete your turn?
Yes, it does.
No. It's crazy that you have more HP than Thorn.
I have a higher constitution than her, and I also, from my background, took the tough feat. So I get more HP per level.
I loved that on Holly. It was great. Holly's freaking barbarian HP with fucking tough.
Yeah. When I decided to go armorer, I was like, I would like to have skill just so I could have more stuff, but if I'm going armorer and I'm going guardian, I should just get more HP.
Well, just so that I'm clear, your defensive field does not do anything to your actual armor class.
No. No, it
So-
doesn't.
If I'm reading this right, your armor class is a 13.
Correct.
Awesome. Well, I need a strength saving throw from you.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, actually. Yeah. Would it be, I guess, athletics or acrobatics? Either one, whichever one you're better in. I need
Okay.
a roll for that.
Yes, sir.
So, what happens here is this bug, recoiling from the blow that Thorn had just dealt it, seems like it actually wants to move away, but as you roll up, uh, looking magical and far less threatening, if we're being honest, than the tiny little not kobold that just gutted it.
Mhm.
It tries to bite you. Its mandibles outstretching, and it actually latches onto you for a brief second. Forgot to roll damage.
Mm-hmm. No worries. Just let me know how much this. Ow.
So it still connects, and you feel those pinchers come down, one hitting you, kind of making you remember that scar that you now bear from your encounter with your first set of orcs, and the other one kind of underneath your armpit. And as you pull away, they both slide, kind of cutting a little bit, uh, leaving jagged, bleeding marks across your chest.
No, no, no. Don't want to be food. Don't want to be food.
But after it makes its attack, it will be. Ooh, nope, not that. So it moves here, sprinting away from you. Uh, you both get an opportunity to attack it if you would like.
It also takes damage from Booming Blade. Let me roll that.
Jar Jar, not the booba.
I think it's just 1d8 for now because we're what fucking level are we now?
Three.
Level 3. Okay.
What even
yeah,
fucking level?
It's only
are we?
first level for you and me. We're not proficient spellcasters like Reginald over there.
Damn right.
So it takes another 8 points.
Jeez.
This thing steps and immediately staggers as that energy kind of hits it out of nowhere, and you can see it's utterly confused. It obviously doesn't understand the concept of magic, but it takes off regardless. Lionel, you do have well, I suppose you both do have a reaction if you'd like to take it.
Mhm.
Thorn will happily take it.
I will take it as well. I just want to double check something really quickly.
Thorn fucking swinging for the fences over here.
Thorn big now. Thorn does good damage.
Horn big now.
This thing's gonna be dead again before Reginald gets a hit.
Might. It
You're
depends on
probably
if
not
I
wrong.
hit with this. Yeah, I should be able to use these. So I'll use my Thunder Gauntlets, and let's see. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Cool. Does not feel the clap of thunder then.
Still got clapped though.
Oh yeah.
So what happened here is as this thing took off, it took that first step and that energy flies through. Thorn immediately capitalizing on it, probably with that thorn grin that she's usually bearing. Prods it in its lower abdomen, almost skewering it, but it manages to pull away just in time to avoid Lionel's attack. And Lionel, you miss by a hair's breadth. But it scurries away and it lets out a screech.
Bring on the friends.
Listen, this thing acts like an ant. There's gonna be more than friends. It's gonna be a colony.
Yeah, Thorn wants more, apparently. So
That's 3. Okay, that's 2 more.
wait for it.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see where the other ones are.
I was gonna say, just because you said that, he's gonna spawn in another token.
Maybe.
You're the one who wants friends.
Thorn's bigger now. Thorn has to eat more food.
2 more pop out of the earth, one to the west and one to the south, as if in answer to the one that you are absolutely mutilating, Screech. Unfortunately, it seems like all of their HPs are tied together because I used the same fucking thing, so that's awesome. Go me. All right. I believe that brings us to Reginald.
It indubitably does, yes. All right, so Reginald will size up the one that we were obviously beating the hell out of, and he's just gonna do a little reposition like so, and then he's gonna throw a firebolt at it as it has run away to try to tag it as it goes. Looks like a hit for 2 damage.
That is definitely a hit. Your firebolt meeting with it and sort of shoving it forward as it screeches, ending its call a little bit early.
And that
However,
will
still
conclude. That will conclude Reginald's turn.
phenomenal. Well, we have 2 new players. This first one is going to make its way over 30. And is going to attempt to bite at you, Thorn. Oh, fuck.
It bites.
Oh, it bit hard.
It do bite. So you're going to take 10 points of damage. And I need you to make me either a athletics or an acrobatics check, whatever you are more proficient in.
Well, what do you think, Colt? What are you more proficient in?
In terms of what?
Oh, that was
It was for
attacking-
me, yeah.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I already did mine. It's acrobatics, but not by much. It's like by one.
So this one scurries like a bullet ant, beaming straight for you, Thorn, and its pincers. You're a little bit smaller than Lionel, so it doesn't really have to rear up as much, but it does anyway. And it kind of comes down on you, and you are locked in its jaws. You are officially grappled.
Ah, Thorn doesn't like this.
Yeah. The other one is going to merely sprint towards you,
Okay.
and it will end up right in front of you, Lionel.
Okay.
And that brings us full circle. Thorn, you are grappled.
Thorn wants to break free of the grapple.
Please roll me another acrobatics. You are able to weasel your way out of the grapple.
Does that, I don't remember if breaking grapple takes an action or is it considered movement?
I'm going to go ahead and call that your action. You still have a bonus action and a movement.
Then I am going to use Draconic Cry. So the two enemies that are in front of me, until the start of my next turn, me and my allies have advantage on attack rolls against the enemies that can hear me. So you guys will have advantage on both of those no matter what. That's my bonus action. Yeah, that'll be it.
Lionel.
Okay. All right. Change of plans real quick. I will go ahead and attack the one in front of me with my Thunder Gauntlets. And and then I do have advantage, so do it again. If I hit, we'll just take. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Yeah. So 5 points of thunder damage since I forgot to roll with advantage. The first time around, let's take the lower damage.
I will take the higher damage because you're only
Okay.
supposed to roll the attack twice, not the damage, right?
Yeah, that is correct. I just went with the lower since I fucked up. One other thing. Since I hit with it, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me until the start of my next turn.
Very well. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Oh boy. We are going to return to the action.
Come on back now.
The ink egg that led to call its allies returns now with renewed confidence and attempts to bite at you.
Does a 24 hit?
Maybe.
You suffer 7 points of damage. Please roll me your choice of athletics or acrobatics.
We'll go with the one that doesn't have a 0 in it.
You
17.
take the hit, but realize that just as before, those pincers are going to try to come down on you and manage to pull free just in time.
Really don't like trying to be eaten. Do not like.
Reginald, you are right.
Okay. Given the situation of now seeing, the three of them kind of piling on towards us, Reginald is going to use Shatter. So he's going to cast Shatter, which has a 60-foot range and has a 10-foot orb circle. So if I place it originating here in that tile, I should be able to encompass the three of them without hitting my friends.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, break the shells. Means I get to the meat quicker.
Get to the meat quicker. Love it.
Yeah, these are crabs, right? Yeah.
And I
These
have
are most definitely
advantage
not crabs.
still on at least one of them, right?
On all three, I believe.
I think it's
Oh,
attack
shit.
rolls, though. It's not like saves for them.
I can link it.
It's a spell attack, though, right?
No, Shatter is just save or suck.
Okay. Well, it's a level 2 spell. I thought it was.
No, it's just save or suck. So
Alright,
if
hold
they
on,
save,
hold
they
on,
take
hold on.
half damage. If they don't, they take full.
I put display in VTT and it gives me like, do you want to do a public roll? And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Alright,
I don't even
so-
have a display to VTT. Either way, it would only be the two enemies that are like directly in front of me because that third one wasn't next to me and within 10 feet when I cast it. So, not that it matters.
Okay, so they have to pass Constitution DC save 13 or take 15 thunder damage, and if they pass, they take half seas.
Shatter is so fun.
It's fun.
It's like one of my favorite spells. If I can take it, I almost always do.
Just wait until I get Fireball, Colt. Okay.
I'm so
I know.
excited
You're
for you
gonna-
to get Fireball.
You're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. I will be the wizard that will use Fireball not to kill everything and blow everything up, including you.
I know it's gonna be great because I have a spell that I can use based around me, so I can just get in the middle of your fireball when you drop it, and then I can drop my own spell. It's the double boom.
Fair enough.
Well, would you like to describe what happens to the top one as it is obliterated by your spell?
Yeah, so basically there's just kind of like this normal calm of noise that's suddenly just ripped apart by this like piercing crack of thunderous noise that shreds it open from behind as it kind of writhes and makes a big gooey meaty mess that Thorn is probably gonna be excited about.
Delicious. Thorn audibly smacks her lips.
So, the one on top is officially dead. We have two more. One of them is reeling from the blow that it just took. The other one seems to have shook off whatever energies were affecting it. So, does that complete your turn, though?
That does complete my turn.
Phenomenal. So, Mr. Shook, kind of shaky on his feet, is going to reposition. Oh, let's see. And he is going to spew acid at you, Reginald. I need a dexterity saving throw, please. You take this one across the shoulder and suffer 7 points of acid damage. Our second Ankeg is going to continue its assault on you, Thorn. Unfortunately, this one will miss.
Good. Thorn, ouch.
And that brings us back to you.
I'm gonna booming blade it.
Chill.
You have absolute Zath energy with that rapier right now. So
Channeling my inner Zap just for you, John.
perfect.
Hashtag
Stab.
vengeance for Zap. And for my bonus action, if I can find it, hold on. For my bonus action, I am going to expend one of my first level spell slots to Divine Smite it.
Smart.
Divine Smart! So it takes an extra 8. It was a really shitty roll, 6 and a 2.
Well, 6 was good, but the 2 was not so
Yeah.
good.
What are you? Still standing.
I love Guild Wars too. That's my favorite line of the whole fucking game.
Does that complete your turn?
Yes, that will complete my turn.
Aaron A.
Okay. I will stay where I am and just turn to keep my eye on this egg right in front of me, and I will try and pummel it again. The advantage only lasts until the end of your turn, correct?
Yes, the advantage is over now.
Okay. Ew. A 10 does not hit, I believe.
It does not.
Okay. And with that, then I will use my bonus action to activate my defensive field once more to give myself 3 temporary hit points, and that will be my turn.
Reginald, this one is salivating after you.
Ooh. Okay. All right, then I think Reginald is going to sling a firebolt at it.
Them firebolt twos though.
Consistent, though.
Yep, consistent heat.
A slow roast. I like it.
It is irritated.
And Reginald will do a little re-maneuvering step to come a little closer like this. And that will be his turn.
I'm fire! I'm war! What are you?
Still standing!
Lionel, what's your hit point total?
I am currently at 18.
Twinsies.
You are now at 7. Please roll me that grapple check.
How much damage did I take?
11 points.
Ow! Okay. Oh, luckily that's buffered a little bit. By my temp HP, I'm glad I did that.
Me too. I have to.
God. Okay. Let's see. Am I grappled this time? Probably. Yeah, probably.
You are unfortunately grappled.
Yep. Checks out. Okay. Well, okay. This changes what I was going to do next turn.
Thorn, would you please roll me a dexterity saving throw? What is your HP total right now?
18.
You now have 9.
God.
This bug rears back as far as it can and spews down on you a rain of acid. You try to catch most of it on your shield, but it just leaks through. But it is your turn to retaliate.
And retaliate, I will. The quicker we get these things down, the better. At least it hit. Is it still standing?
Yes, it is.
Ugh. Alright, I guess I'll do another Divine Smite on it.
How would you like to kill it?
Thorn is very angry right now because she's in pain. She's in a lot of pain. And I think that she just like takes her rapier and like stares at the monster for a minute and is like looking for the weak points and sees one of its eyes like shift over to either Reginald or wow, I was getting ready to call you Thalphonix or Lionel. And she takes that as her opportunity and like with this like pulsing green energy, like dark jungle green around her rapier, she just like stabs it into the thing's like eye socket, like just all the way through.
It crumples, falling into you.
Okay.
Does that complete your turn?
That's just
Lionel, please roll me that check.
I am not going to try and escape.
Okay.
I'm going to use my action to do something else. I am going to kind of panicking a little bit. I think Lionel is instead going to cast a spell, and I need this thing to make me a dexterity saving throw as I cast Catapult and kind of reach out towards the fire pit that is near us and grab a log and try and just throw it at this thing's head to get it off me.
What's the DC?
13.
Oh, it fails. Roll your damage.
It takes 10 points of damage as just like a log comes careening right into it.
What are you? Still standing.
And oh, let me see. As my bonus action, I will spend one of my shiftings and do that so I can gain some temporary hit points and buffer myself again.
Very well.
And
What is your
that is
HP total?
14.
All right. I believe that brings us to Reginald.
In
He's
the
murder.
debris.
What would you like
All right.
to do, sir?
For the one remaining that is here, no longer grappled. So let's
Yes,
go
it is.
with.
Oh no, it is
It's
still
still
grappling
grappling
me. I can't
Oh.
move. Yeah, I didn't break free of the
see.
grapple.
I see. Well, then in that case, I will very strategically move over here behind it and beat it with my quarterstaff. So
Yeah.
beat it with a stick.
Let him go.
As one does. And it is not two-handed for the strike because I'm holding my focus in my other hand. So, well, actually, I have a hat now. I guess I don't really need to be holding it anymore. I could just have the hat be the focus, but whatever.
So, just for time saving at this point, how do you want to do this?
So I run over behind him and I take the quarterstaff and I start beating it, swinging it over my head, being like, "Let him go!"
You hit it once, it's dazed. You hit it twice, you hear it crack, and then the third time something comes out and it spews all over Lionel.
Thorn is excited.
Well, that was a tough fight.
Second time I have been covered in something else's blood.
Well, it would be easier if you don't allow them to grapple you.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Thorn is immediately gonna go over to the pile of meat where the first one was, and she's gonna take a chomp.
The
Roll me
pile.
a Constitution save. Roll me a general luck dice.
How much sand this one got in it?
Roll it again.
What the fuck?
You take a bite out of this thing, and at first the texture gets you. It's like biting into a slug. It's very leathery, but somehow coated in this awful oil. You realize that where you bit is actually pretty close to where the venom sac used to be, or acid sac. You choke back a little bit of bile, but then there's this subtle aftertaste that you're kind of in love with. You kind of like, wow, I am addicted. It's like eating a really spicy pepper. You know it's bad for you. Hell, it might make you sick if you eat enough of it. But damn, if it doesn't have just the right taste.
Stop licking the spider, Keegan.
Yeah.
Well, this is gonna be a spicy morning for Thorn tomorrow. She keeps eating these.
I think that Thorn has enough self-preservation to not take another bite, but she might stick.
Does she?
Yes, she does. But she will stick a couple of like little pieces of leg and stuff inside of her bag for later.
Yeah, tendies for the road.
Yeah. I'm also gonna use 10 points of lay on hands on myself to regenerate some of my HP back.
I will also, as I'm cleaning myself off of the blood and gunk that Reginald helped cover me in, cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. Trust me, I appreciate it. I don't like the fact that all of the blood and stuff has gotten into the cracks and crevices in my armor because now I have to clean it out. But otherwise, it's going to stink like high hell. But I do appreciate not being eaten.
Okay. We're gonna take a quick intermission so that way we can put the boys 6 feet, to bed.
Okay.
Put him down. I get it.
Yep.
I'll be right back while they're doing that also. Take a quick bio.
Okay.
We're back.
Welcome, mate.
Welcome back.
All right. So before you is once again 6 tents surrounding a campfire to the north of you. Similarly set up is another 6 tents around a campfire. Off to the west are the burnt down remains of some structure with a chimney on the eastern side of it. In the distance, you can see a log cabin of sorts. And then there is a rise that goes up, and you see 2 chimneys with no houses attached up over yonder. Where would you like to go?
Should we check these tents and the others up north first just to see if there are any indications that probably eaten?
Yes, given the circumstances we just found ourselves in, I believe that we likely will not find much, but worth looking, I suppose. I feel like our goal here should be to reach that building that actually still is standing, as there probably is some secret going upon there that prevents it from crumbling.
So yeah, as we're kind of walking towards that bigger building, I do at least want to peek inside the tents and see if are there big holes in the ground suddenly, or are there body parts or something like that?
Roll
So that would be
me
a terrible way to go.
roll me an investigation check.
Yes, sir.
While he's doing that, Thorn is looking at the fire pit.
Okay. With that roll, you're able to see that there are several. Each one of the tents has a similar setup. It's got a bedroll, a mess kit, and a few knickknacks. Uh, most of the bedrolls and the general area of the tents seems to have been dissolved by some sort of acid. It's pretty easy to see footprints and some drag marks, and some of those you recognize them as egg keg marks now, but you do not see any bodies.
Well, either all the remains are dissolved or they're now in our friends that we just made over there. As I jerk my head to one of the bugs that we have slain. I don't know if we really find anyone left except maybe, as you said, in that building. If they got lucky and made it there in time. Because it looks like they were taken by surprise. Considering there's so much acid burn marks within the tents themselves.
The fire pit, Thorn, contains nothing of note or anything. It's just a fire pit, some basic logs.
Does it seem like it was lit recently at all?
No, the fire is long dead.
Okay. Thorn can go up and check the other tents if you guys want to head towards the big house.
Well, I suppose given what we've seen here, I don't know that we're going to find much different among the other tent. However, if you are so inclined, that is fine with me.
Thorn will yell real loud if I find more bugs. And Thorn will do that. Thorn will go up and just come up this way and check around the other tents to see if there's any bugs or holes or people, bodies.
You find much the same as Lionel found. It's all dead. There's track marks leading to would be collapsed tunnels, you assume, but no bodies, nothing of value.
Alright. Seeing that, Thorn will scrabble up this pile of what I assume is wood.
Yep.
And like Superman at the top of it. Just like strike a pose. There's nothing over here.
And Reginald and Lionel, you guys are making your way to the cabin.
Yes.
Yarp.
Okay. As you all approach, guys can set yourselves right here. You guys recognize this as a pseudo office or storage facility. In front of you is a door that leads inside. It is unlocked, or should be.
Well, once we're all here, I'll go ahead and step in front and open it.
Okay. Do you step inside?
If I don't see anything immediately in the entryway or from my eyesight, yes, I will go ahead and step inside. What assaults my eyes or nose?
Um. Nope, nothing.
Okay.
As you open the door, though, you hear scrabbling from the room to the north of you.
Does it sound like 2 pairs of legs or 6?
Hard to tell.
Um,
There's a clutter and a clang and something pressed up against the door. So,
Okay. I will, without taking my eyes off of this area of the office slash building for the moment, I will kind of reach my hand back and signal to them that I hear footsteps. And I will motion for them to come in, and I will slowly start to make my way towards that door.
all right. We're gonna go in a turn order here. Lionel, tell me what you're doing first, since you seem to be most active here.
What I will do is I will move to one side of the door, or it sounds like it's coming from this door. You said this one up here, right?
Yes, the one to your north.
Okay. I will go ahead and move up to this side of the door
Okay.
and get ready to open it when Thorn and Reginald are ready to go.
Okay. Reginald, what are you gonna do?
I will kind of press forward to this corner here and then stay at the ready to whatever may be behind the door.
Thorn.
Yep, Thorn will do similar. She will draw her rapier just to have it out and bring her shield up kind of in front of her. And she'll kind of go opposite of Reginald and just be ready.
Awesome. So the way I picture this working in my mind is sort of like a tactic unit, right? You all are all moving at the same time, assuming your positions, and uh, Lionel, since you have the furthest distance to travel, I know that you went first,
Mhm.
but you arrived to your destination last, just
Yeah.
because the length of the room and all that. But the moment you hit that far wall, dun, 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 please roll me your initiative. Reginald,
Swap.
behind you, a ink egg has burst through the floor. How would you like to react?
Well, shoot. I think I think how I'd play this would be do I want to still try to actually attack it this turn? Because I do not want to be all up in its shit. Let's do let's play it a little safer maybe. Reginald is going to disengage and then is going to move this way to the opposite corner of the room by the fireplace. And that will conclude his turn as he has no bonus actionable items to do.
Thorn, behind you, an ink egg has spawned.
Thorn's gonna whip around and she's gonna come down this way and just kind of with her free action or bonus action, however you want to do it, just reaches behind her real quick to close the door.
Boom.
And then she's gonna take a swing at it with Booming Blade. Wow, not max damage this time? What the fuck?
Will you roll me a general luck dice?
No.
Do it.
Fuck.
Very well.
That's my turn.
Lionel.
Yep. Seeing that the creature sprung up behind him and Lionel was expecting it to burst through the door or something, he quickly backtracks and immediately kind of jumps on this thing's flank, Thorn, and attack it.
Roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. 19. And that will be 5 thunder damage, and it will have disadvantage on attacking anyone else but me until the end of my next turn.
Very well. Is that your
That
attack?
concludes. Yep.
Um, Creature is going to look for you, Lionel, and please roll me a dexterity save.
Got it. 17.
Jesus. You take 3 points of acid damage.
I'm ready this time.
2 1s and a 3. Got the good dice going on.
How much damage did I take, you said? 3?
3.
Thank you.
You succeeded the check, so you take half round up.
I just wanted to make sure I heard right. Thank you.
Are you still in your shifter phase?
No, that ended a while ago because that only lasts for a minute.
Very well. Reginald.
All right. So, given the lay of the land now that he is at a distance away from this thing, and I guess I won't really use the word safety, but at a distance, I think. Yeah. Reginald will hit it with magic missile.
Pink.
Man, it still only rolls the 1. That's so weird.
Roll whatever else
Yeah.
you need to.
Yeah, I just have to do 1d4 plus 1. Oop, there it goes. Bam.
Jesus. Very well. Anything else?
That is the end of his turn.
Thorn.
More booming blade. And I'll stay here. That's my turn.
This thing is reeling. It has taken all of these blows in rapid succession, and you can just see, like, it is getting knocked the fuck around.
Good.
Lionel.
Finish it.
Oh. Yep, I'm gonna go for it. Try and hit it again.
This is like the epitome of finding the last enemy in a large group of enemies and just having every character in range of hitting it.
It's like ad pulls in 24-man raids, where it's like that one that just got like pulled off by some rando DPS who like didn't bring it all into the group, and then you turn around and like all 24 people just descend on this one
You watch its health go from 74% down to 4% across 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Lionel, how would you like to kill this thing?
I think what I do is after seeing Thorn stab at it and it reels from that, I think I take a big. I wind up for a big roundhouse from my left and slam it so that it hits into the wall and just kind of slides down it.
As it flies into the wall, its back carapace shatters and blood and guts kind of, like the anime blood splatter from hitting a wall.
Yeah.
There you go. You hear from the other side of the door, "Is it dead?"
Just hear Thor go,
okay.
ah! She starts like pointing her sword that way. They can talk now.
I'm pretty sure it's not that because I now only hear, hopefully, 2 legs. You have more than 2 legs, it's not going to be good for you.
Only 2 here.
I'm like peeking out towards it, like around Lionel.
Who sent you?
Lester.
Harbin?
Yeah. You his brother?
Aye. Give me a minute. You hear a lot of commotion and banging, something heavy being moved, and the door opens to reveal somebody on the GM lair. A human man. Tybor Wester is a not old man, but a man who has seen a few years. He is got brown hair. He's narrow-shouldered. Has the look of somebody who is more used to city life and mercantile than logging. But he looks beleaguered and worse for wear, honestly. So,
Are you the only one left?
I believe so. It's been a while since they attacked. I was holed up waiting for somebody to come save me.
Well, you do have your ox and, well, not your ox, but all your supplies, so there you go.
Ah, delivery men. You're from Fandalen. Well, that's
Yep.
phenomenal. You didn't happen to bring any more men with you, did you?
Thorn
No,
is worth 5 men.
Unfortunately not, no.
I'm just imagining Thorn's head is poked out around Lionel like at knee height or something. Thorn is worth 5!
He seems a bit startled at Thorn's appearance. Well, are you here to work for me then, worth 5 men?
Thorn works for no one.
Well, very well. Have you bested all of these things?
We fought 4, right, Reginald?
He just kind of recounts in the outside being yes, 4.
Well, I have no idea how many were actually here, so I'm just gonna hope for the best.
Why don't you just come back to Fandalen with us, considering you need to hire more men anyway?
There's
And
not gonna be enough bodies, not my kind of bodies, in Fandalen. Fandalen's a mining town, not a logging town.
I mean, fair, but do you really want to stay here?
I'll have to make a trip to Neverwinter, but I guess thank you either way for your delivery.
But Thorn kind of like scrunches her face up a little bit. She kind of looks up at Lionel. What? I don't understand what he means by bodies.
He means he needs more people to work for him because all of his workers are dead and eaten.
Yeah, but people that dig in the dirt are big, like people that chop down the trees.
Yeah, but it's a different skill set. You wouldn't want me mining even though I use a hammer and a pick at times.
Why?
I'm not built for that kind of labor, and I also don't know how geology works. For all I could know, I could take out a fucking support beam and kill everybody.
She hears you say I'm not built for that kind of labor, and she just like looks you up and down. And this like really incredulous look comes across her face. No, he's not built for labor. And she points to Reginald.
Listen, I might be tough and I might have plenty of stamina to go throughout the day of working, but I am not strong enough necessarily for that. I need help. I have lots of chains and pulleys in my forge that I
I'm
used to work at.
I'm looking for men of a profession, not just hands. Anybody can swing an axe, but to fell trees with enough speed to make us money in Neverwinter's current tax state, you need lumberjacks, not just anybody with hands.
I think that most of that just went right over Thorn's head, and she just kind of goes, "Okay."
It's like we wouldn't send just anyone from your tribe to go do the hunting. You would send your hunters, right?
We're all
Even
good
though
at
everyone
hunting.
can hunt. Yeah,
Even
but
the
some
kids.
are better. Yeah, but some are better than others, right?
All right, yeah, I guess.
It's like that.
Okay. She turns around and debates licking the thing on the floor. She'll leave the adults to talk.
That's disgusting.
I feel like Lionel has like a momentary response to say don't lick anything, but he just lets it by. It's like she's an adult. She's fine. She's not one of my younger siblings. She won't do that.
I don't want to do it, but I know if I do it, Dan will make me roll for it, and I'm not about to test fate.
It's spicy meat.
Spicy meat.
Reginald, what could have possibly drove these Hank eggs to come and attack? They don't seem like they would travel super far to eat something, considering how they tried to ambush us.
Well, could be a few factors. They could be searching for new nesting grounds. Could have been forced out by another creature of some kind. They could be migrating, as odd as that might be this time of year, but also a little strange.
Let me a history
Um,
check. Or an intelligence check, whichever I guess is more appropriate for remembering. Very well.
Historical.
Says our +5.
Right. In either case, I'm not entirely certain what would make them come here specifically, but, well, those are the factors that I believe would normally cause them to leave their nests and hunt elsewhere.
There's stories about these little stick men that follow these Talos cultists. You don't think they're up in arms about us, do you?
I mean, we did encounter one of them, and we did kind of murder it, but I don't think that would have done anything.
Hey, we gave that person a chance. Thorn tried to be nice.
You attacked first.
We did think it was a pig, and we did
Thorn
want bacon.
tried to tell them, hey, we're not trying to. We didn't know you were a pig, or that you weren't a pig, and that you were just like, we thought you were a really mean pig, but now you're a person, and you have this chance to back down. And they attacked her anyway, so she fucked it up.
Actually, did this area of the woods used to belong to the orcs or anything like that?
Tybor shrugs. Ain't no telling about that. You know, the cultists claim everything as theirs, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Something the cultist said just kind of made me think, but I don't know. As you say, the cultists, especially those with Talos, are really out there sometimes.
Roll me a religion check.
I'm not a religious man. I just apparently have happened to have read books about it.
The roll says you're a religious man. You seem to recall stories. You're from Neverwinter, so you've heard stories of Talos cultists and their sort of savage rituals, um, summoning creatures like these stickmen, these ankegs, uh, summoning bad luck and summoning storms with their various rituals and their totems, and part of that rings a bell with you, like maybe there's a focus here that's sort of drawing these things.
Uh, Tybor, did you guys find anything odd when you were logging in this area or recently? Like some sort of item or object, or maybe a carving in a specific tree or something?
Well, if my loggers found anything, they didn't tell me. So I guess my answer to that is no. Feel free to look around. Dead man's possessions are mine, if not yours.
Fair enough. I guess the least we can do is walk around the rest of the camp. What do you think, Reginald? Should we?
Well, I think to be on the safe side, it is likely something if we're going to remain, or anyone will be remaining here, we should ensure that there's no more of them for safety. But, I mean, I don't have any interest in any of the remains of the camp, but certainly safety dictates that perhaps we should have a look about.
You guys are like lawful good over here. Look at you guys. Already completed the delivery. All you gotta do is leave. You guys going above and beyond.
I don't know if I would call Thorn lawful.
Alright,
Definitely chaotic.
so it sounds like you all want to search the camp for anything that might be noticeably out of place or
Yeah.
Talos cultisty in nature. Is that correct?
Yeah. If anything, kick the bug nest a little bit, see if there are any more that pop up.
No, don't do that.
I
It's
would
free
like
meat, though.
each of you to roll me a. Oh, what's a good searching check?
Investigation.
Sure, investigation sounds good.
Thorn does the good looking.
All right. So, you guys spend about an hour scouring the camp. You guys go up to the various tents. You don't find anything up there. All 12 of them are just general knickknacks. You search the log, the port, or the log stands, and the little pier. You don't find anything of note anything noteworthy there. You start searching the ruined house that's sort of in the center of the map there. And as you're searching the chimney, you come across a totem. I'm going to say that Thorn finds it as she rolled the highest. So, Thorn, what you find is a uh, it's 13 tiny androgynous stick figures dipped in what you believe to be is pig's blood, inscribed with tiny lightning bolt symbols, and tied together in a bundle with hair. the lightning bolt signal or symbol is what sort of sets you off and makes you think that Talos. Yeah, lightning.
Thorn gathers as many as she can in her arms, and just
They're
kind
all
of,
tied together. It's a bundle of them.
okay. So okay, the bundle's all connected. Well, she grabs the bundle and she like wraps her arms around it, and she's got it it's like she's carrying it like a big like a basket or something, and she's like coming back, and she like runs back to the group. I found a thing. Thorn found a thing. Fucking character accents. God damn it. I held it up for Reginald.
Would like each of you to roll me a religion check.
Nope. Thorn's not from these parts. Thorn knows no god except for Semilania.
The religious man.
I got bored a couple of days in the shop that my mother owns, okay? And she had a religious book, and I read it.
You don't have to hide from yourself, and just it's okay to be religious.
Makes me wonder what Lionel actually believes in. So Lionel, you're the only one who kind of recognizes what this is for what it is, and it is a totem, and its purpose is to bring ill fortune to all that reside near it.
Well, definitely a totem of Talos, and normally these are made and then put where it wants to bring ill will to whoever lives near it, or bad luck. And as I kind of say bad luck, I twitched involuntarily a little bit at that.
Well, it sounds like somebody didn't like this camp.
No, not the least. Hey, Tybor, you or your brother piss anyone off recently?
Every day, man. Tybor comes out, says, we've been logging for the past, I don't know, several months. I go into town every so often to make the sale, but I can't say that I've rightly pissed anybody off, aside from maybe the Talos cultists that call this forest home, so.
Yeah. Well, you probably pissed them off enough, it looks like, for them to hide this totem in your camp. And unfortunately, everything went to shit.
Yes, it appears to be working.
Fucking break it. God damn it. I lost 12 good men over that.
I mean, it's relatively easy to break. I'll just, like, throw it outside in the fire pit and be like, go ahead, Reginald, you can light it up.
Fair enough. I will firebolt it for effect.
For effect, it is reduced to a poof.
Thorn is sad her trinket was taken away from her.
I don't think you wanted to keep that.
Lauren, trust me when I tell you that that trinket would bring you nothing but bad luck.
But it smelled
I know.
like pig.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but not in a good way.
Don't worry. We can get you fresh pig when we get back to Van Dalen. We'll have Torvin maybe cook a pork roast or something. How's that sound? Or bacon. How about bacon?
She's still pouting, but it's a little bit less.
Well, while you all were searching, Tybor has had Vincent carry the materials up to the cabin, and he's unloaded the crates himself. He kind of looks at you all and says, "Well, normally when I get deliveries from Fandalen, I'm forced to sign something so that you all can get paid. Got anything like that?"
Yes, we have this this writ here that needs to be signed for.
He takes it from you and producing a quill from only God knows where, um, signs for it and hands it back to you. Says, "Well, good luck out there. Thanks for your help with the bugs."
Yes, hopefully there are no more bugs afoot.
Hopefully.
You might want to employ a couple of guards with this next round of men.
Yeah, well, that costs money. So we'll see what I can afford.
Fair enough.
All right, we'll say that it is about a little bit after noon, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, after arriving, spending time searching and fighting. You guys have about 6-ish hours of daylight, about half a day's worth of travel to start on your way back. Would you like to go straight to Fandal?
Um, what do you guys think? Because we could also go back to uh Falcon's Lodge.
You're not wrong. But I feel like it would be a bit. Nah, I guess it wouldn't be that out of the way. Yeah, that's probably fair. The travel to the Falcon's Lodge, I assume, is gonna basically could do that in the amount of time we have of daylight remaining.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It'd be somewhere relatively safe to sleep for the night, and then we could have a
Yeah.
full day of travel back.
Yeah, that's my thoughts too.
Let's do that.
Very well. You make your way back to Falcon's Hunting Lodge. The trip back is relatively uh, quiet. You don't encounter anything out of the ordinary. And we'll say that you arrive there with time to spare. So your afternoon is filled with a little bit of relaxation, you know. You all unhitch Vincent, get him fed. Uh, Corwin welcomes you back. Falcon is unfortunately still out on a hunting trip, so he's not there to greet you, but Corwin recommends you all stay in the guest house if that is your plan. He does not charge you all.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
The food, beverage is all supplied for you, all non alcoholic this time, sorry. Some well water we'll just have to do. The rations are far lighter than they were during your previous visit, as it was not a celebratory or falcon fueled feast. The next day arrives. You all begin your travels down to the Tribord Trail to continue on to Fandalen. As you're traveling from Falcon's Hunting Lodge, before we leave there, did anybody want to do anything special?
Nope.
Are we staying? We're staying for the night, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just no. Thorn's just gonna long rest. She's gonna sleep off all that. Ouch.
Yeah, you guys need to do that.
Yeah,
You're not wrong.
definitely gonna do that. Just take a nice long rest.
Well, if nothing else, you guys continue on your way in the morning after a hearty breakfast with Corwin. And I'm going to have Thorn here roll me a perception check. Very nice.
Let's go.
So as you all are traveling, Thorn, you're kind of riding in the back of this cart now. It has a room without the two giant crates. It still has the loot that you all found, or commandeered, I should say, appropriated from the corpses. Your legs are dangling off the back, and you're looking around, and something briefly catches your eye, a sort of gouge in the dirt that seems out of place. Upon closer inspection, you sort of hop off the wagon, take a closer look. You realize that it is uh, a set of tracks that were obscured by fallen leaves and underbrush. And as you move to investigate, you realize that the tracks bear a resemblance to those of lizard folk. They head in a southeasterly direction.
Can I look around for any other signs of not necessarily who these belong to? Because I mean, they could belong to really anybody, but like Thorn is kind of like, well, my parents were out this way before.
Roll me a survival check. It's pretty easy to discern that there are 4 tracks. I should say, pretty easy for you to discern that there are 4 different tracks here. 2 of them could very well be your parents. There's a large set and a small set, and the other 2 seem to be of middling size. Definitely bigger than your mother's, but far smaller than your father's. All of which just head in that southeasterly direction. You could tell that they're probably about 2 days old.
They look like they're heading more towards like the Sword Mountains, or
Oh, if you had to take a gander, probably closer to Coneyberry, maybe a little bit south.
okay. Uh, Thorn will just kind of like mention to the others, I think Mom and Dad were here.
Specifically them, are you sure?
Yeah. See, those ones over there, those are Dad's. And those ones over there, those are Mom's. And there's 2 other people with them. I think they went that way. Did we didn't have business in Coneyberry, but we had like reports of shit happening that way, didn't we?
Kind of. The Night Bangs, I think they're called, a subsect or a group that works for Reginald's family, mentioned that orc attacks were happening near there, if I remember right, but not that Coneyberry itself was hit. It got lucky. So I mean, it's kind of a hotbed for shit, but we haven't heard anything bad about it.
Thorn's face scrunches up a little bit. Thorn still doesn't know why they're over that way. Everybody is going down to the swamp. It's weird.
Do you want to go take a look?
Kinda, but we also have a lot of really important business to take care of back in Fendalen.
How much time we going at Coneyberry add to our timetable? Night.
For narrative purposes, we'll say that you guys have already started heading south and you are sort of on the verge of where the forest will meet the plains and eventually the Tribor Trail. So you it would probably take close to the rest of the day to reach Coneyberry. Just because you all were going not the opposite direction, but not in that direction.
Yeah. I mean, we do have important stuff to deal with in Fandalen, but I don't know. Do you have anything that can't wait half a day, Reginald? Or
Well, personally, no, but I suppose it's the same either way. We, return to Van Dalen and lose half a day investigating whatever this may be with the Thorns family, or we lose a day traveling to Van Dalen to turn this in.
Just to sort of pseudo put this in perspective for you, Reginald, you were carrying a huge sum of gold for your family.
yeah, you're carrying like 3K.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's like not caring about it because it's not really his thing, but at the same time, like it's important, yes, but like he doesn't really see it as being overly important, you know?
I understand. Just wanted to make sure that I reiterated that point.
Right.
So that
Right.
way.
Right.
Thorn kind of like stares at the tracks for a little bit. No, I think we should go back to Fandalen. We have important business, and these tracks are at least 2 days old. So, mom and dad tend to move kind of quick when they need to. So they might not even be in Coneyberry.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
If they want to find us, they can probably find us really fast. So
We do kind of stick out.
Yes, you sure do.
Listen, I'm well aware that I stick out more than you, okay? I can't help it.
I don't know. Have you seen his hair?
Yes, but it goes well with just him being of high status and born a half-elf. It adds to the natural allure, if you will.
Did you just call him a half elf?
That's what I
Don't
thought he
you
was.
dare insult my lineage, sir.
Buckle
Oh,
up, Reginald.
excuse me. Full elf. Sorry.
Yes. Hi, elf. Thank you.
Apologies. High elf.
So it sounds like we're under the direction of heading back to Fandalen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. The rest of your trip takes you further south, and once you hit the trail, your progress really speeds up. You're able to actually make it all the way back to Fandalen just as the sun kind of crests over the horizon, casting the sky back into that beautiful, brilliant orange, fading into that just as beautiful dark blue, purple for nighttime. The as you roll into Fandalen, however, you all stop off at Barthen's to deliver Vincent, and there is uh, a clerk there who you don't recognize, but is also a very young clerk, probably about the same age as Anders, who takes it for you and informs you that Barthen and most of the town is actually gathered at the Stonehill Inn. He seems wonder-eyed as he looks upon you all, especially you, Lionel, and it's like as you all are making to leave for your normal abode, asks you, Is it true that you punched it?
Punched. What?
The dragon.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Still trying to forget that feeling of it looking down at me and wanting to eat me alive.
You may forget it, but it won't.
I know. I wanted to forget, though. I really do.
Uh, so,
Yes, that was
I'm
me.
sorry, go ahead.
That was me. Why do you ask?
He's just shaking his head like, that's amazing. They've been doing nothing but talking about you since you left.
Lionel kind of gets fidgety.
Yeah, it was really cool. He was all like, pew pew pew. And
So
Thorn's
where
just-
is everyone? It
Thorn's just
seems like a
doing, like-
ghost town.
like parkour, like kick moves?
That question kind of answers itself. You can hear from Stonehill Inn, which is literally right down the road from where you're currently at. The sounds of a celebration of sorts. It seems like most of the town has gathered at Stonehill, so much so that it actually has overflowed out into the street. There are tables in this main courtyard to accommodate everybody. And as you roll up, like, people just kind of move out of your way and are applauding you as you all stroll through, giving you a hero's welcome, if you will. And at the sound of the applause and people uh, congratulating you, a disheveled and slightly inebriated Harbin Wester emerges from Stonehill Inn to walk/stagger his way over to you and says, "Ah, my friends, it is so wonderful to see you all back. Welcome. We have spent the time that you have been away preparing a feast in your honor for defending our town. Please come inside." And he grabs Lionel by your shirt and is like tugging on you to follow him inside.
I follow him in more so out of safety so he doesn't fall over drunk versus me actually wanting to go in.
I'm so excited to have our tiny town's little heroes back.
Seems like the town's really excited about all of this. We were able to find your brother and what's left of his camp.
Yes, well, we can definitely hash that out in the morning when I am not so well. And as he drags you inside of Stonehill, there's already a few unfamiliar faces, many familiar faces at this point, gathered around, and he snatches a mug from one of them, and shoves it into your chest. Saying, just join us in the celebration, will you?
You bet. Lionel is just thinking in the back of his mind, this could go bad.
We pooled so many resources together to give you this feast, as well as a little bit of a coin that we'll distribute to you when it's safe to do so in the morning and I am not so drunk. But let no good deed go unpunished.
I think
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Lionel smiles a little bit at the mention of like gold for them. As much as he is wary about this entire thing, I think he smiles at that a little bit.
Let no good deed go unpunished, though. The folk demand to get to know you all, so please mingle, dance, and above all, drink. And he thrusts his mug into the air, sloshing its contents around and over the lip. And then when he yells that last little bit, the entire tavern goes, "Hey!" So many more mugs go up into the air. And you all are free to mingle. So many familiar faces come up to you. The dwarves from the Dwarven excavation. There's a few gnomes from Gnomengard that kind of set you a little bit like, oh wow, I didn't expect to see you all here. You see Klug and Torben and a few new faces too. You see Toblin running around. He's actually working with Harbin. They're both sloshed at this point. You can tell the party probably started a few hours ago. But together they're working, catering the tables, as well as an unfamiliar face. A half-elven female with fiery red hair seems to be assisting them in cooking and tending the tables. Toblin has beckoned some of you over to show you the table that he specifically reserved for you all, so that way you may have a place to sit if that is your choice. But do with the night as you will. If you would like to mingle, let me know. If there is somebody in particular you would like to talk to, let me know. If not, I will continue narrating the evening.
I think Thorn does a lot of partaking in the drink and the meat. And she does go find Meat Dog, and I think a lot of her dancing is with Meat Dog. I think she taps on her shoulders, and he puts his big old paws up there, and she just dances around with Meat Dog for a really long time.
Anders is attached to Meat Dog as you approach. And he's so excited to see you. Now, mind you, Anders is probably 15 or 16, and he is also so far beyond sloshed. I do not condone underage drinking. I would like to say that.
Fantasy
However,
setting.
for
Fantasy
narrative purposes, this is a fantasy world, and this young man is so excited to see a little hero that's maybe a little bit changed. And he and Meat Dog act as one, running up to you and grabbing you on either side and dancing in a little circle with you. And fun times.
Children having fun with children.
Reginald does not have anyone he's pointedly going to meet up with or socialize with specifically. He'll basically just enjoy the drinks and the food that everyone has so graciously kind of pulled together for him and the others, and yeah, he'll just kind of be in the moment, I guess.
I think Lionel will enjoy the food. The alcohol, he'll probably finish like 1 or 2 mugs, and then he will use his alchemy jug to create water in it, and he will drink out of that for the rest of the night instead of continuing to consume alcohol to be on the safe side. There's 8 gallons in there, so I have plenty of water. And I think he will in particular converse with the gnomes of Gnomengard and talk with them throughout the evening as
That's disgusting.
Chunky aioli.
it goes down smooth minus the big bits.
Oh, jeez.
and I think he'll converse with the gnomes from Gnomengard. In particular, if conversation does allow for it, he will ask them about any rare metals they might have found within their mines or mountains, and if he could possibly have a look at some, or maybe even buy some at a later date.
The gnomes are, uh, they talk to you. They're amicable about conversation. They're very clustered together, even amongst all the joyous raucousness going on. But at the mention of metals, they say, they kind of put up their hands. They say, the kings have bade us stop inventing and stop digging while they work on their marriage. Uh, the monster there has set us off. However, we had mined up some. If you are willing to come back to Nomengard, I'm sure the kings would love to deal with you. They were very fond of you.
I think I'll take you up on that offer, maybe when we get a free moment.
You
From
recognize all three of those gnomes had also only worked in the kitchen, so
yeah, so Joy Bell and the other two, Panana and the dude who was initially a bit of a jerk.
yes.
I can't remember his name now. Um, I think I will gladly take you up on that offer when we get a free moment to head up there and take a look. Did you guys? I know that you don't necessarily want to talk about it, but did you find any metal that reacted oddly when you guys came in contact with it? Like, did it react to you touching it or anything like that?
I believe Fibblestib and Dabbledob were dealing with something of the sort. Aye, they said they were working on a metal that would move of its own accord, but it was beyond anything I understood, so they mostly stick to their sorcery and their magics, though. Their inventions have been getting them in trouble lately.
During the conversation we walked in on them having, I can understand that.
Yeah, the straitjacket was a no-go.
I mean, it sounded better than the alternative. Uh, oh well. So Nomengard's continued ingenuity.
Aye,
Wonderful.
and they cheer with you
Mhm.
or toast with you.
Otherwise, I will enjoy the food and everything else that's kind of going on, but I'll always kind of look over my shoulder on occasion.
Very well.
An unease sneaking about me as this can't last.
Well, the evening goes on and the drink takes its toll. The citizens of Van Dalen slowly leaking out of the tavern and back to their homes. And as the tavern starts to quiet down, that half elven barmaid manages to make her way over to your table to deliver more drinks and more food. And you, Lionel, you notice something familiar about her. You can't quite place it, but then again, you recognize a lot of people. You're from Neverwinter, and it's
Mhm.
very possible that she is too. But she serves you and asks if she can get you anything else, and if not, then she goes on her way. And Toblin comes to sit down with you all. Well, word's made it all the way back to Neverwinter of your battle here. I bet they're celebrating just as we are. But no small amount of mail has been delivered for you all too. And he pulls out 3 envelopes and passes it one to each of you. You'll forgive me for sifting through for what I seem to find more noteworthy to deliver it to you forthwith, but the rest is in a pile on the other side of your doors because they were locked and all I could do was slide it under. But I did what I could.
Thorn is immediately enamored with this letter because I don't think Thorn's ever gotten mail before.
I don't think you would have either.
Her tail just starts going real hard against the against the chair.
As Toblin sits with you and enjoys the rest of the evening, he's leaning back, and you notice that there's an air of ease about him that wasn't there before. And he goes on to state that yeah, ever since you all showed up, the tavern's business has been booming. I was able to pull in enough this past month to actually hire myself an assistant. Her name's Fiora. She's quite the looker, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, is her eyesight really good?
That it is, little one. That it is. And from across the room, she hollers, "Ears too, you old fart!" And Toblin chuckles and says, "It's definitely made my nights here easier. That's for sure. I think I have y'all to thank for it. More than just offering y'all free nights, y'all attracted a lot of business, and well, I just wanted to say that I think y'all were my rabbit's foot. So, really got this place going for me.
Thanks.
So, thank you. Here's to you."
Thorn thinks she has one of those in her bag somewhere. Hold on.
No, it's a turn of phrase. It means you guys were lucky. Lee.
I think when Lionel hears that phrase in particular, I think you guys were lucky. He kind of self-consciously and subconsciously grips the letter harder than he intends and probably ends up crinkling it a little bit.
Fiora actually walks over to playfully push on Toblin and says, "I recognize you," pointing at you, Lionel. "I used to buy my iron at my old farm for the horseshoes and or for our mule Jack from Allbangs Smithery. You used to work there. I remember."
Yeah,
And
a while ago.
she points to Reginald and says, "And you, my father works for you. He's a knight of he's part of the Knight's Guard up in Neverwinter. Man, it's an honor to finally meet somebody from the family."
Well, yes, he's definitely helpful.
Wow.
Oh, he's had some.
Yeah. So glad I went with the water plan.
She checks your mug, and if it's half empty, she fills it.
Fills it right back up.
Well, let's keep that going. I've never seen royalty getting sloshed before. You're in fine company, Fortno. And she turns to Thorn and says, when I was traveling down here, I encountered some kobolds too." And Toblin stops her. "Lizard folk. You encountered lizard folk." And she's like taken aback. She said, yeah. "Anyway, right, fine people, huh?" And she gives you a thumbs up. Toblin kind of he puts his hand on her shoulder. He says, "All right, Fiora, that's enough. Get out of here." And he shoves her off. And he says, "Oh," she goes, "Oh, poo," and takes off. Yeah, that's Fiora. I don't know. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna wife her.
Okay, all right.
I think Lionel chokes on what he's drinking at the moment just at that wording of it. Wow.
What does that mean?
Oh, means he. Well, yourself or someone you know.
What?
He You think he would set her up with somebody else?
No, not in the least, but Lionel's trying to give him out. So we can
that's
explain
not
this
happening.
easier.
That's not happening.
Oh
No,
no,
I know it's not.
we're gonna get married.
There you go, Thorn. That's what it means.
Oh, it
gonna
means you
try and
gotta
move
fuck.
And he used it correctly at that.
Right. Reginald will nod correctly over his empty mug.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I'm waiting for like the sound of dishes being broken from the back now.
She's actually busy fending off two dwarves that are trying to get their pinches in.
God.
She doesn't know. Do you want Thorn to tell her? Yeah.
No. I'll do it. It's better if I do it. Thank you, though.
Lionel taught me that word.
It's a good word.
It'll get you up shit creek without a paddle sometimes, though, real quick.
There's a creek made of shit.
Another phrase of expression.
You're doing wonderful.
Yes.
And he pats you on the back.
It's an entire waterway made of shit. As far as the eye can see. And everyone has canoes, but no one has a paddle.
Yep, he's right. Gotta stick your hand right in it to move.
Toppling puts his hand on the table. All right, well, yep. I think we've all had enough. Toblin gets up and makes his last call. You see the bar fill up with patrons and then disperse. And the evening is yours to do with as you wish.
Thorn immediately tears into her letter.
I will DM you each. I was not able to sufficiently prepare the letters in a way that I wanted to present them to you, but I did want to have them delivered.
Yay.
All good.
Can't wait.
If you all would like, we can assume that it is the next day and pick up next session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
I'll narrate your evenings.
Bear's ready. He's ready. He's covering his face. That's how ready he is.
I love it. I love when cats do that. It's my favorite.